Welcome.
Howdy,
Welcome
partner.
to String Theory. It is Wednesday night again.
It's that time.
Wednesday night again.
It's that Wednesday time.
Wednesday, May the 25th, 2022. Never thought I'd get this old. Anyhow.
You're younger than I am.
No, yeah, I am.
Yeah,
That's good. You're an old fart.
I know.
I want to thank our sponsors, our partners. Boucher Guitars, Levy's, G&G Music, Citadel Music.
Citadel
We've
Music.
got to change that sign.
We do.
Opry Music Store in Miramichi. Vince Mullen, yeah. Reed's Music, Mount Pearl, Newfoundland. K&K Sound, thank you. Gallery Guitars, David Mathis and the whole crew down there, thank you, God bless you.
Yes, sir.
Recording King, Alvarez Yeri, St. Louis Music, thank you guys. Yamaha Music Canada, thank you a million. James Martin Instruments in Kilkenny, Ireland. Joshua House Guitars, one of Canada's greatest luthiers in Goderich, Ontario. Close Guitars, Cody Guitars, Orangewood Guitars, Audio Sprockets, the Dario Canada, the Arc, Apollo Picks, Tone Right, and our newest addition to the family, Blue Chip Picks. We just got our first two Blue Chips,
Customized.
TAD50 with String Theory embossed on the back. I'll show you those later.
Beauty.
And I'm JP Cormier, and this is Christopher Coote, and we are coming at you from the beautiful lakeside of Alameda Springs, Dalupes, Guadalupe, Flamboise.
This is like a stream of consciousness thing, is it?
Already off the rails.
17 piles of red bricks. Where are the lemons?
I think the lovely Ginger needs to rein you in.
The Ginger's
That's
here.
never happened before.
The Ginger's here with us.
The lovely Ginger is in the house. She is my life insanity. And, but you know what else? You know what else that we're not talking about?
What else? What
Welcome
to
String Theory. Here's John and Chris and Ginger. Yeah, so there you go, boys. It is String Theory night. I got my carriage hat on. You got your nice Hannibal Lecter white fedora. I just ate a guy with fava beans.
a guy's brains?
Yeah, with fava beans and lime cilantro sauce.
That sounds tasty. A little garlic in there,
A little
too.
garlic in there.
Brains.
Yeah, brains. Yeah, you don't get nothing here, buddy. You'll starve right to fucking death.
That's true.
Anyhow, yeah, so String Theory. There we go, boys. It's nice to be back. Got a little Sapporo going.
You're on the Japanese.
I'm feeling way better this week. I was pretty sick when we got back from Scotland. Megan and I both were. Ginger and I were both like
super hungover?
Yeah,
Yeah.
only in our lungs.
Like kind of mega hungover.
Yeah,
Lungs are
mega.
fine.
We had mega lung hangover.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the perfect time to get the flu.
Yeah.
Right?
And
But-
we've been busy ever since.
Yeah, but
We haven't stopped.
Not really.
We've had visitors non-stop.
Pretty much. So
We had our buddy Kenny Holden down for a few days.
we did.
That was fun. Good to see you,
So-
Kenny.
It's nice to be here with you, and been interacting with people over the last, since I've been home. I spent the whole month of April pretty well on the road and part of May. So it's been nice to kind of get back into talking to people and
See the folks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so many good things going on. Alvarez, Yeri, St. Louis Music just released another all-star video today, which was really cool. A collaborative effort we do with them on the YouTube channel. If you haven't hit subscribe, please hit subscribe to the channel. And,
Not necessarily just subscribe.
yeah, you don't have to like us. Just subscribe. It doesn't even matter. It's not going to bother you in the least. I mean, just
We
hit it.
know
All you
you
have to do
don't-
is hit a button. Just
Yeah.
hit the button.
Yeah.
What is wrong? Why can't people just hit the goddamn button? It's one click. It doesn't even matter to you. It's not going to affect your life in the least. It's
yell
not
at
like
them.
you have to pay a higher mortgage, or your car is going to explode, or your boss. Oh, sorry, I
Don't tell them they won't subscribe.
Yeah, I don't think they're enjoying you right now.
Probably not. Sorry.
A little less crazy in the
Yeah.
mic, please.
A little less psychosis in the mix there. How about that?
I'm on fire tonight, boys.
You are.
You're on
You are.
something.
So, I think the reason I'm so manic right now is our Capo corner is a sad one. And it is, unfortunately, the passing of Tom Bresch. Tom Bresch died yesterday at the age of 74. He was the son of Merle Travis. He didn't really cash in on that much. He didn't talk about it very much. But he was the son of Merle Travis, and he was one of the world's greatest fingerstyle guitar players, without a doubt. And he died yesterday at 74 of
Too young.
esophageal cancer.
Too young.
Did you ever meet him or?
I did meet
Play
him.
with him?
I met him one time years and years ago, and he was a beautiful, beautiful man. Just one of the nicest people you ever met. Humble, and he lived to play guitar. That was his deal. But he did everything. He was a stunt man in Hollywood. He was a host for all kinds of different shows, and he was in the movies. He did everything. He had a hugely successful, full life, and still managed to make an indelible mark on the world of guitar players.
He used her up.
He did.
Yeah.
He skidded that sumbitch into there, all beat up and used, and
Didn't
Yeah.
leave any running tread on the tires.
No, sir. And that's how we all need to live our lives.
Well, here's to him.
So here's to Tom Bresch, guitar heads they turn him. Tom Bresch, love you, brother. Wherever you're at, you're watching us make a fool of ourselves now. So there you go. So that was our slightly sad Capo Corner, and well, really sad, but on the bright side, I want to show everybody the new Blue Chip picks. We are Blue Chip affiliated now, so we have Blue Chips there, and on the back of them they have put the old Strange Theory right on the back, and I have to give a huge shout out to my brother in Sweden, Patrick Lundgren, who was the first person to reach out to Blue Chip and get the Flat Pick Nation logo on his Blue Chips, and he became an endorsee, and it is doing very well for them in Europe, and so we hope to do the same thing for them here in Canada and abroad. So between Blue Chip and Apollo, there really isn't any other picks.
We've picked the best ones out
It's the
there.
best ones you're going to ever find.
Did you get that? We've picked the best
We have
ones
picked
out
the
there.
best. Yes.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I saw what you did there. That was very clever. That was right on the verge of being intelligent. So the first question goes to.
Well, the first one here is actually a super chat from Stephen Baker.
Of course it is.
How's Sudsy
Why
tonight?
would it not be?
Well, because he's all sudsed up.
Yeah,
He's all in the tub.
laying
He's
in his
all in the
tub
tub.
with his pepperoni, his beef
Yeah.
jerky, and his
And
rose
his
petals,
and his
his
5-alarm
smoke-
and
sausage
his record of
scotch.
Nana Muscuri playing softly in the background while he puts oil
While
on
he
his
wears
feet.
his replica Nana Muscuri glasses.
Yes.
Yeah.
While he braids his long
Yeah.
flowing hair into the Princess Leia hairdo.
Humming "I Feel Like a Woman Tonight" by Shania Twain.
Yeah, like you make me feel like a natural woman.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Singing that at the top of his lungs.
Yes. While he watches
While he gets his wife to put another jolt through the car battery to the cable to attach to his nipples. There we go, boys. So there's a
right,
picture for you.
Sudsy.
That was too much.
Welcome to String Theory.
All right.
What's he want? What's he saying?
It was just to check to make sure his super chat was working, and just ask if he's in super
Oh, he's
chat.
he's still in super chat.
It's not.
jail.
No, it doesn't seem to be working. Try it again.
Yeah.
It seems to be working now. So
He's in super chat jail because he keeps sending foul messages over that YouTube keeps blocking him. So I get an idea, Steve. Stop being a fucking asshole.
Arse.
And you want arsehole. Sorry, arsehole.
Be a little more of a classy arsehole.
Yeah, be a classy arsehole like us, and you won't get blocked from YouTube,
Yeah.
right? There you go.
Turn it down several rectum layers.
Rectum damn near killed him, boy. Yeah. Little Johnny down the hill in the red apple cart.
The world
Fell
is
out
the
halfway
world is
down.
right though. We're here. Sudsy is in the tub.
Yep.
It's a Wednesday night.
Pretty much the way things should be, boys.
It's the way it should be.
I got my beautiful Honduran mahogany Yeri sitting right here beside me, which is like the cream.
Love that guitar.
It's like a controlled explosion. I got guitars coming up my yin yang to review. I did the review of the Lava Pro Stage Pro today. I got a Close Electric over there, prototype.
I see it.
I was playing that today. I've got to do the Epiphone Frontier. I've got to do the other Lava guitar. I've got a brand new Gallagher to showcase. It's a busy time. And
A brand new what?
Gallagher.
A brand new what?
A brand new Gallagher.
Are you going to review that?
Yes, I'm going to enjoy one very soon.
I'm enjoying the
Right in the
Gallagher
mic
right
there.
now.
It's going to be. I think at this point right now, I'm just going to hit the Scotch right away because that would help. That will help my
Cough?
That will help me think and do things better.
Will help me.
Spill stuff?
And
Yeah. Yeah, it's doing wonders for your
Help you spill
coordination.
stuff?
goodbye.
Goodbye.
Connect.
We have a super chat from Jim Hanlon.
Hey, Jimmy boy.
Triple J just had hand surgery
Oh,
and fixed his severe problem he's had for years. He's been taking steroid treatments for it,
Yeah.
like shots. It's cortisone and all that.
That'll learn.
And they fixed it.
Yeah.
He's got this huge
Scar?
incisions and stitches, and his hand works like $1 million now.
nice.
Well,
So good on Triple J.
just leave it alone, Jimmy.
That's right. Stop. Don't pick at it.
Yeah.
Stop picking at it.
If you stop flogging that little guy so much, you won't
and
burn
bi-
out your hand again.
Yeah.
Nobody can just ask a question, can
What does Jay say?
they?
What is Jay saying? What is Jay saying into the microphone?
Talk to us, Jim.
Into the microphone.
Talk to us.
Speaking to the bone phone.
Oh dear. He says, "Hi, Ginger, JP, and Chris. Miss you and hope to see you soon, Jim."
Attaboy. We're hoping
Love
to
you,
see you
Jimmy.
too.
Next!
We have a highlighted chat from Mr. Ralph Prosha.
Whoa. Who? A what?
A highlighted chat. They can say how long they've been members. It's like
No, but who is it?
Ralph Prosha.
Oh, yes, Ralph. How you doing, buddy?
He's been a master guitar head for 15 months.
Whoa.
Sweet.
Well, Ralph really doesn't have anything better to do.
No, well, neither do I.
But thank
there
you, Ralph.
go. There you go.
JP.
We enjoy having you with us.
There you go, boys.
So aside from the price, what's the difference between the Aston Origin and Spirit microphones? Do you know anything about Bluebird or Rockville mics?
I don't know anything about those, and I don't know what the difference is between this and the Spirit.
I do not either.
All I know is that this microphone, which was gifted to me by Dave Gunning when I first, it was a Christmas present actually. I have never used a better mic.
It sounds like $1 million bucks.
It's just the best microphone I've ever heard, and it's not expensive. They're
No.
under $400, and I have a second one over there, a limited edition that's black instead of silver, like this corrugated kind of tan looking thing. And it was only $419. It came with its own a custom Aston pop filter.
Yep.
I mean, it was shock mounted. These are incredible microphones.
For the cash, they are
You
a
just
really,
can't beat
really
them.
good
They're
mic.
so colorless and accurate. Like recording guitar with this thing is just unbelievably pleasant.
It's very transparent.
It is, and you don't have to get very close to it. You just sit right there. Just get up.
Is that all?
I bet you it sounds like the wind is blowing right through it.
I bet you didn't know I spoke
Gibberish?
Gibberish.
I think we all did, actually.
Yeah. I think we might have had a clue.
It's the only mic in the world you can hear me doing this. It actually makes a sound.
I see.
You can hear the wind from my tongue.
It just made a bunch of sounds to me after the show when you're going to get slapped.
Yeah.
On fire! Connect!
On something. Super chat from Sonia H.
Sonia H.
Hi, JP and Chris. Regarding upgrades, do I have to swap both the nut and saddle with the same material to achieve good sound and consistency, or will one produce a noticeable difference?
If you're gonna switch them both. Just because
If you're going for it, go for it.
go for the whole thing.
Yeah.
If you're gonna switch out to Tusk, or Tusk is preferable, you really can't find anything. If you're gonna do Bone's not the best thing anymore because Bone is porous and inconsistent.
Yeah.
Tusk is not porous.
Man-made.
It's not inconsistent. It's man-made.
Yeah.
It isn't going anywhere. Mm-hmm. Once you put a Tusk nut on something, you're never going to have problems with
Temperature, humidity's not going to change
the
it.
slots aren't going to wear out. Like I got a Boucher over there with a Bone nut that I got to get fixed because I wore the G slot out. Mm-hmm. And you don't get that with Tusk. So go with Tusk, nut and saddle, and even pegs. Your bridge pin. Do your bridge pins too.
Yeah.
I had a set of Tusk out here last week, I don't know what happened to them. What did we do with those?
Put them back in the drawer.
Okay, good. But I swear by them.
Unless you're changing them to specifically change the tonality of your guitar.
Yeah.
Tusk is the way to go because it's 100% consistent and it's going to be durable.
And there's another option too. Another option, which is way more expensive and very labor intensive, and you have to get an artisan to do it for you, is to make nuts and saddles out of deer antler. Like deer antler is bone, but it's a less volatile structure.
It will still have inconsistency.
Yes, but less than bone, like the femur out of an animal or something, right? Like deer antler is more consistent in its density than regular old bone, right? So that's an option. It is something that works really well, but it's very, very, very difficult to find somebody who is an artisan, who knows exactly how to cut it,
that can properly do it,
that understands the grain of it, all those things, that there's people that do it. But other than that, Tusk is your best bet. No question. What is this?
It's just a cocktail.
Well, that's not bad.
Damn, eh?
It's kind of like a creamsicle.
Yeah, sort of, except not anything like it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know what the difference is between an elephant and a plum?
Yeah.
They're both purple, except the elephant.
Right.
Next.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's like the blue pills are the same as the yellow pills.
That's right.
Except different.
Right.
We have a super chat from Jamie Reed.
Hey.
Jamie Reed.
How are you, Jamie?
Hi boys, good to see you. Best night of the week.
Cheers to that.
We feel the same way.
Yeah.
Cheers to Jamie.
Here's to you, Jamie.
That Colorado Scotch is just delicious.
This grapefruit juice is fantastic.
There's no alcohol in that?
Yeah, there's grapefruit juice.
Oh. Next.
We have a super chat from Blair Sveinson.
Oh,
Ooh,
Blair
Blair.
Svensson. How's he making it?
He says, "Us is awesome."
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
It's a great album.
Keep your eyes open. I'm going to be selling some guitars that appeared on that record. I just sold one about 10 minutes ago. It's gone, but I'm not going to mention what it was because you might be pissed. But there's going to be some other guitars getting culled out of here because there's so many coming in that I have to get rid of some of them.
Blair, get off your arse and put out another video. I don't think you've put out a video in a couple weeks now. So
yeah, exactly.
Get on it, mister.
Kerr. Tamando.
Super chat from Michael O'Coin.
Michael O'Coin.
Michael.
So a blue chip makes its way into the prize pack?
It probably will.
I think it should.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the prize
right
pack
thing to
at
do.
the end of this big draw will be a blue chip. There'll be the Dario
Apollo.
XS, Apollo.
Yeah.
There might even be a couple guitars out of the herd here that are going to be involved in the draw. Yep. So yeah, absolutely.
There will be a thundering of the herd.
Kerr.
Thundering, yes.
Come on.
Super chat from Stephen Baker.
Stephen Becker back again.
He says, Super Chat Jail is not about content. It's about amount. So don't complain.
Super
Oh,
If
Super what?
You can only spend so much in super chats per.
really?
I don't know.
Oh well,
time
okay.
period.
Sorry, I take all that shit back. I said that. Sorry, I didn't know that. So, but I still have to admonish you for wasting money on my fat blue ass. And this guy.
I got something I want to say, Sudsy. Don't get nervous, but dun
Da-da.
dun 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 dun
But you didn't know I could play Jaws on the guitar,
Yeah,
did you?
didn't know that.
It was close.
Okay,
Stuck.
there you go.
Super chat from Jim Walker.
Jim Walker.
That's not new.
No.
No.
Been a while, but hello from Southeast Alabama, JP.
That a boy. My old stomping
Alabama.
ground, God's country. That's all he said?
That's it.
Wicked.
It's the Heidi Ho.
Roll Tide, buddy. Roll Tide.
Hope it's hot.
It is.
And sultry
It is
down
hot and sultry and full of chitlins and greens and barbecue and bluegrass and holy shit.
Damn, son.
400-foot tall pine trees and catfish you could swallow a Volkswagen. Damn
Old
it.
Pine.
Yassa. Alabama.
Alabama.
I love Alabama. It's a great spot. Where we got? Next.
Super chat from Stephen Baker.
Stephen Becker.
Simply says, I like Chris's hat.
That's actually my hat, but
Yeah.
it's my favorite hat on him.
I look like a dork in any
Matches your
hat.
shirt well.
Not that one.
But
You look
this
really
hat,
cool on that hat.
Yeah, this hat is not too bad.
It's only because I had to put my. I don't know why I put this on. I just like this hat.
I like your carriage hat. I
very
think that's
good
one of
hat.
the coolest hats you own.
I love this hat.
It kind of
And
looks badass. It
and
looks
that-
like you just jumped off the stage outside.
Yes. And I have a delivery to make.
Yeah.
Or perhaps you're like swirling
Yeah.
a cane.
Let me
doing a
in.
little dance.
I'm a teacher. Yeah. I have patches on my elbows. I have to teach a class.
No, it's not that kind of hat.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
not a teacher
It's more like the villain that just got off the stagecoach. That's
Yeah,
coming
I
to
have a
rob the
woman.
town.
I have a woman tied to the railroad tracks inside the inside the barn.
Exactly.
Currently fleeing from the
Kerr.
police. Super chat from Colin Doolin.
Colin Doolin. That a boy.
Colin.
Dolan, sorry. Is it worth swapping stock Yamaha turners to Grovers?
To what?
Grovers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Stock Yamaha tuners are fantastic, but I'm of the mind I don't care what guitar it is. You can always put a better set of machine heads on any guitar.
Yeah.
Right?
Listen to that.
I know, Jack's snoring like a
Jack's
bastard.
Oh my God.
So, like this guitar here, right? My Yeri, this
Yeah.
has a beautiful, beautiful set of 510s with ebony buttons. So I would never replace these. This is like it's just awesome. But there's other guitars that come at you that have Grovers or Goto or Waverly. Maybe Waverly's, and there's been some difficulty with some of these companies lately, especially Waverly, I think.
Yeah.
Or is it Waverly or Grover? Gallagher just had a problem with them.
Yeah. And
They
they
had to
sent
re-
us
they-
a set of Waverleys.
Yeah, they had to replace a whole bunch of machine heads that were
Yeah.
bad. That they got a bad batch. So, like me personally, if I was going to replace a set of Yamahas, I'd put something cool on there, like locking, like Spurzl locking tuners, right? You can get those in different size buttons and lock Spurzl tuners. And any real locking tuner is a boon to the guitar because it changes when you use them, you're just pulling the string through and you tighten the nut in the back and that's it.
And it's
There's
done.
no stress on the string.
Yeah.
It changes the tone of the guitar too. They're a little bit heavier than normal machine heads. Like that's just me though. If I'm gonna change machine heads, I'm gonna hot rod the bastard up.
Right. But
Just
for the
'cause,
normal
right?
person that's just going to change them out from like a cheaper factory,
Yeah.
stamped tuner,
Yeah.
a Grover is a great bet.
But
and
on
you
a-
can buy them everywhere.
Yes, and on a Yamaha too. Make sure you can easily put any kind of vintage butterbean or like giant butterbean tuner on a Yamaha.
Yeah.
and they look fantastic. So, because I have which one is it? There's a Yamaha I have here that has sort of those old-fashioned, they're like a nickel butterbean, a thin butterbean, and they're gorgeous, right? They're beautiful machine heads. So you might even be able to order those. Order a set of Yamaha vintage solid butterbean tuners. But yeah, you can't go wrong changing machine heads.
Unless you order something cheap.
Yeah, don't put
No.
cheap machine heads on it. Put
Yeah.
something really
Don't put
good.
the Amazon specials on.
Yeah, put something really good.
Yeah.
If it'll take a small button, do it. I think small buttons look really
Yeah,
cool.
I like small buttons.
Yeah, so and a Yamaha headstock has so much personality, right? That flying V shape, and they're very ornate looking because of the way they're shaped. They'll take anything. Right?
It's a great way to dress your guitar up too.
That's right.
From just the stock machine heads.
You can get the mini buttons like in snakewood or brass
Yeah.
or nickel or gold. I like snakewood. Snakewood would be nice. Mm-hmm. I have a couple guitars here that have this little mini snakewood buttons, and they're just beautiful. They're not. The great thing about it is they're not that much more expensive than trying to find like the high-end Yamaha tuners, which come on an L56 or a 36 or 26, right?
There's a lot of stress on a machine head that people don't really take into account.
You don't consider how important they are to the guitar, but they are. They keep the strings from slipping. They keep they keep the angle perfect off the nut. They do all these things, right? And they also add to the weight and timbre of the neck. Mm-hmm. So if the machine heads are too heavy and too much metal and junk hanging off your headstock, the neck vibration decreases, right? Yeah. And is different. So you're going to find a difference.
Just ease of tuning.
Yeah.
And how smooth they are and how they're geared. And, the resolution of some of them. I've seen some pretty bad ones that there was no resolution to it. And they're so rough because they're cheap.
And if you can't turn them a certain way, they get loose at the end.
Right.
That's what was going on with the Waverleys.
That was called, not the Waverleys, the whatever was on it. I forget.
Oh,
what
yeah. Grovers. No. Goto. What the hell was it? Anyhow,
remember.
It was one of those ones.
Yeah.
But just there's a million options out there. Mm-hmm. So go wild. Pick the coolest looking thing that will fit your guitar.
Yeah.
You'll have to ask a tech probably.
Put them on.
To put them on to make sure that what you're buying actually fits the spindle hole. Yeah. Right? The spindle holes are different on every guitar, so Yamaha will have a standard hole size.
Standard bore.
And you have to make sure that fits. So there you go. Good luck with that. It'll be fun.
Good.
Next.
Super chat from DanTube1.
DanTube1.
Cheers.
Cheers, DanTube.
Good to hear that name.
Forever.
Mm-hmm.
He is issuing a challenge to develop a special string theory cocktail.
Oh. Well, that's the man to do it right there.
Well, that's it. It's already done.
We'll
try it again.
Okay.
You can't even tell me what's in it. You just like it.
That's delicious.
I know.
That is so good.
I know.
It tastes like orange creamsicle.
It's not.
It's delicious.
It's not even close to a creamsicle.
It is to me. Maybe it's because I'm drinking Sapporo.
That white rum?
That is Eldorado Dark.
Okay.
Ooh.
Coconut.
That's where the sweet's coming from.
And grapefruit juice with a lime.
There you go.
That's it.
The string theory smash.
I don't know what to call it.
The string theory smash.
Why smash? It's not smash.
Yeah, what's smashed about it?
Because if you drink 6 of them, you're fucking smashed!
I drink 6 of anything.
Yeah.
Next.
Right, that's the current leader in the string theory cocktail contest.
Mm-hmm.
The string theory smash.
Go nuts.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Dear.
We'll have to make up some of the suggestions and try them out.
Right. Yeah, let's have some suggestions. We'll make some
That'll
each
be the
week.
Master Guitar Head thing for like June.
Yeah, we'll make one each week and see if we can drink it.
See what it tastes like.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Super chat from Michael Easter.
Michael Easter.
How's PE1? I bet she's greening up over there.
Yeah, it is.
Love it. Got to get to PEI.
We're going to be going over there next week.
Yeah, you're there
We've
soon.
got some new potatoes from PEI.
Potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
What's Michael Easter say?
He says, Chris's vibe, if Al Capone modeled for LL Bean.
You better watch out or I'll come over there with my potato gun.
Potato gun.
And shoot you in the arse.
Correct.
Super chat from Jamie Reed.
Jamie Reed.
Have you heard of Chris Stapleton? He used to be in a bluegrass band before, but now he's a big country artist. One of the best voices I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Nice.
Love Chris Stapleton.
I don't know him well, but I know who he is.
He's a good down-to-earth picker. Great voice.
Awesome.
Can rock a guitar.
Sweet.
Yep.
True next.
Super chat from Jeffrey Cohen.
Jeffrey Cohen.
Hi all. My 5-piece bluegrass band is looking to purchase a pair of Power PA speakers to use with our 16-channel mixer. We're tired of renting. What do you recommend at around $1,000?
You got to go with Mackey's.
No, you got to go with QSC.
That too, but it's going to be price. The powered Mackeys are nice. The QSCs are nice.
Yeah.
EVs even still nice.
EVs will be nice too.
So those 3 companies, Mackie, QSC, and
Electro Voice.
Electro Voice.
Yeah. They all make nice boxes.
And the beauty of it is the technology is such now that these speakers are not large.
Yeah.
They have a tremendous output to be speakers that are like that high and about yay wide. They weigh about 40 pounds, maybe.
A 10 and a horn, a 12 and a horn, and a 15 and a horn are the standard sizes you're going to get.
And actually, the smaller, more compact speaker you get, the better a bluegrass band will sound through it. You don't want these huge, giant 20-inch woofers, and you don't want that. Get a 10 or a 12 and a horn, and any three of those companies.
One of the things you want to watch for is, say, QSC is built in America.
Yes.
Designed and built in America.
Beautiful speakers.
I've long been a JBL guy, been a JBL certified technician
There's
forever.
Another one.
But I would not recommend you go out and buy their new powered product because they don't make the electronics. It's all made in China.
Okay.
And when it goes south, they can't service it. They don't have the information. QSE is a great bet because it's good quality gear. It's going to sound good. It's tough. And you can service it and fix it.
Yeah.
Let's not rule out. I don't know if they have any current product like that because I'm a bit out of that snack bracket loop. But good old American-made Peavey.
Yep.
They are
Meridian, Mississippi.
Yep.
Hartley Peavey.
They've made more gear than you can swing a dead cat at.
So there you go.
Yeah.
There's your choices.
Yeah.
Choose wisely. This guy here would absolutely know because he has fixed everything that exists, and that's where you want your advice from is the serviceman, not the salesman.
Yeah,
he's fixed them all, so he knows. So QSC, Peavey, Mackey's good.
Yeah,
but Mackey's not American either, is it? Mackey's is an Asian company, right? Correct. Sort of, maybe
designed in the U.S., built offshore.
Right.
Yeah.
So there you go, boys. There's your choices. Yeah. And remember, you don't need a humongous speaker to fill a room.
No, you don't.
You need they're powered. If you have the right drivers, you have a nice board. Away you go.
Way you go.
Yep.
Good. Next.
What
happened there?
We have a super chat from Clarence Mazerol.
Clarence Mazerol. Right on, buddy.
What are your thoughts on Collings guitars?
I love Collings. Collings make great guitars, and they also make the best mandolins I think I've ever played. But I can't afford them anymore. They're just out of control. They're $8-10 grand for a mandolin. But yeah, Collings is a tremendously good company. I'll tell you something about all of that. Is that a lot of guitar companies, and I don't want this to sound negative. But a lot of them are building guitars that all sort of sound the same. You know what I mean? When you hear a Collings, you know it's a Collings. And even when they do their slope shoulder D models and stuff, those guitars are tremendous guitars, and they sound incredible. But they all sound the same. And a lot of companies are doing that. You can't tell the bourgeois Dreadnought from the Collings, from the Thompson, from the even Boucher. That pool is filled with cannons, right? So it becomes almost aesthetics. You want a guitar to look a certain way, feel a certain way, and have a certain pedigree, right? So people love Collings because they've been doing it for a long time. People love Boucher because they're slightly different than everybody else. They're just very... Yeah, Jack's snoring at that.
I keep trying to lift my leg.
Yeah. Thompson, Bourgeois, Husson Dalton.
They've all got the performance.
They've all got theirs
down pat.
Yeah, they've all got this.
It's just up to aesthetics.
Yeah, you've got to decide... I don't know. I don't even know what the decision is because they're all so awesome that it's hard to pick one and go, that's the great guitar, right?
Yeah.
Because there's differences in them, but they really come down to the end user's taste and the end user's expectations.
And what a great thing to be able to say today that there's that many great choices.
Oh yeah, there's so many. Like even when you start to get into the Aries and the Yamahas from the custom shop in Hamamatsu and Kani, Japan, these guitars are built by one guy and sometimes one guy with 5 or 6 other guys. Like they're coming off the benches in the old way, you know. And Epiphone, Gibson, like those guys are still building guitars on the old bench the same way with a few guys building one guitar. Like, and Martin does the same thing. There's still a way to get a Martin that's only handled by 2 or 3 guys, right?
But it's going to cost you.
It's going to cost you astronomical cost. You're way better off going to the boutique shops because they're just cheaper, but the quality is just as good or better.
Yeah.
So, Collings, I used to have an A-style Collings mandolin, and god damn, it was the best mandolin I ever owned. And I sold it because it was too much mandolin for me. I didn't need a mandolin. It was too much man for me. It was too much mando for me. It was an instrument that deserved to be...
You couldn't handle all that man.
It deserved to be in the hands of someone who was playing mandolin all the time as a primary instrument, right? I don't use mandolin as a primary instrument anymore. I did when I was in the States. I made my living with the mandolin. I could have used that mandolin then, big time. But when I had this Collings, I was doing J.P. Cormier, which was not a mando gig. So I regret selling it, but at the same time, I'm like, whoever got that mandolin got a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. It was an $8,000 mandolin, right? And so it should be a masterpiece. But that's the kind of workmanship that goes into Collings. He finished that mandolin himself with a rag. It was a varnished, finished mandolin. Like hundreds of coats of varnish with a rag on this mando, and it was just unbelievable. It just blew your mind how good it was. So yeah, Collings, fucking incredible shop.
What did you feed him?
He made food. He made spaghetti.
I think he's going into a...
Next.
Right. Very good.
Mental phylactic shock.
Something. I got a super chat from Roger Sykes, but I don't actually see the question associated.
Well, Roger's too bad for you.
Thanks for the super chat. I'll keep an eye out for your question.
We will find the question.
It's there. We also have a super chat from Dan Tube 1.
Dan Tube 1.
JP's hat is dead ringer for the dastardly coachman's hat in Disney's Pinocchio. Check
there we go.
Entirely true.
That big, long, wooden-nosed bastard. All right, go ahead.
It's not Pinocchio's hat. It's the coachman's hat.
He's still... That's who I was talking about, Pinocchio, the prick.
Poor Pinocchio. We got a super chat from Steve
real
Bernard.
Boy, my ass. Connect.
Okay, poor Pinocchio alone. A super chat from Steve Bernard.
Steve Bernard.
JP, I got my Epiphone Frontier 2 weeks ago from Reed's Music. My first maple back and sides. I'm loving it. Can't wait for your review.
Boy, well, unless you bought... You probably didn't buy the one that I have. You've probably got the Inspired by Gibson, the reissue version, which is an incredible guitar. But I have here an Epiphone Frontier built on the Montana bench, which is basically a $4,000 Epiphone.
You might have the same one.
I hope he does, but it's doubtful because they're so rare that if it is that guitar, holy shit, have you got a good guitar. But even if it's the regular reissue Epiphone, it's still going to be deadly. The one that I have here from the Montana shop from Epiphone is one of the most startling guitars I've ever played. It's just it's unbelievable. And again, hats off to Epiphone for being able to do Epiphone in the midst of Gibson, in the midst of everything that's going on in the world of guitars, Epiphone is making this humongous comeback as a premier builder, right? Like, and it should.
Yeah.
They're older than Gibson. They're older than all these companies. And Gibson, to their credit, is allowing Epiphone to do this.
Yeah.
And even lending shops and lending luthiers, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're treating the Epiphone line truly now as one of the family.
Yeah.
Instead of the poor man's Gibson, now this is Epiphone. Mm-hmm. It's owned by Gibson, but goddamn, this is Epiphone. Look at this.
There's something to be said for being number 2, right?
Yes, and I have to give it to Gibson because they don't have to do that.
No,
they don't need to give way to any subsidiary or any other company. They have a massive legacy. They're a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and they're like, no, you know what? We're going to let Epiphone do its thing.
Having said that, I think Gibson read the tea leaves, though.
That could be true because every company, Gibson had difficulties in the last 10 years.
Yep.
But so did Martin, so did Taylor.
So did everybody.
But Gibson, I think, looked around and went, you know, if we were lucky enough to come back out of this, like from being under bankruptcy protection, which they were 10 years ago, if we come out of this, we have to change our mandate.
Well,
right? And they did.
Gibson's success drove them to be just another bean counter controlled company.
Yeah.
Not an instrument company.
Now
they're learning how to be an instrument company.
I think musicians are back in charge. I don't know who's in charge of Gibson or Epiphone. But I think that players, whoever they are, they're actual players. And they're not businessmen. They are, but they're not businessmen. They're lovers of guitar. And they're lovers of... One thing you can never take from Gibson, ever, is they make the best mandolins and banjos in the world. There's no question. No one has ever surpassed a Gibson Mastertone. Sorry to tell you. There's a lot of great banjo builders. Stelling in particular I love. Deering.
Yeah.
Who's that guy that builds for Alison Brown? Pruka? Czechoslovakian banjo, incredible. But the gold standard is the Gibson Earl Scruggs Mastertone
banjo,
and the Gibson F5 Fern mandolin that Monroe played. Actually, he played the one below it, the F5, but the F5 Master, the Master F5, the Lloyd Loar copy, right? Can't beat that.
No.
So you can't, like, Gibson is cemented in the acoustic music world forever because of those things. And now it seems like they're taking guitar as seriously as the other things, right? Which I love to see. They're making instruments that are incredibly good for prices through Epiphone that you couldn't get even 5 years ago. You couldn't go buy an inspired by Gibson J45 or a Hummingbird or a J200 or any of these, Frontier or the other one I did there. What's the name of that guitar? Excellente. These guitars are unbelievable. They're really, really great instruments. So hats off to Gibson. Yeah. Here's the Gibson. Here's the Epiphone. You guys are kicking ass.
Gibson's coming back from a period of sitting on their laurels for too long.
Exactly. Yeah.
Losing focus on why they were doing what they were doing.
Yep.
And Epiphone at this point is showing them the way.
Yep.
And they're leaning on Epiphone to get them back on track.
I think
allowing Epiphone to become the brand that it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think other companies should take note of this. I think that there should be the other companies should look at Gibson and go, you know what? We need to go back to our roots, and we need to start making guitars that everyone can afford, but they have to be high quality. And if somebody in the roundup says, "Well, we can't do that," blah 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 blah, well, Gibson does it. Epiphone does it.
Yeah,
So what is stopping us? It can be done. It can be done. It doesn't mean shipping off manufacturing companies to Mexico and to wherever and just, you just give them the materials and let them go on their own, and whatever they put out, they put out.
Mm-hmm.
That's bullshit. That's not the way to do it. You got to be hands on. And when they started the Inspired by Gibson plant in Indonesia, I was told when I discovered those guitars, I was told that they sent luthiers from Nashville over to Indonesia to supervise and oversee this entire process, so that the workers over there understood, number one, how important it was to Gibson that Epiphone guitars be what they are becoming right now, right? And I had an insider tell me, if you're going to buy IBGs right now, buy them immediately, because they're really paying attention now.
Yeah.
But the quality might drop in a year.
And the price will go up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. The guitars they're putting out now, 18 months, almost 2 years later, are still as good. Mm-hmm. And the price hasn't gone up. So there you go. They're committed. They're committed to keeping this rolling, right? Yeah. I love it. Good news for
Super chat from Jason Belcourt.
I know. That's a name we know, yes.
Mm-hmm. Recently, you reviewed a guitar that could handle drop C. What problems does drop C cause in other guitars? Why can't they handle it?
Some guitars just don't handle drop C well because of the low C note. Mm-hmm. And what happens is that string either gets incredibly floppy and won't even sound, or when you do hit it, it doesn't resonate the guitar. The guitar is not receptive.
It's not braced properly.
Right.
Yeah.
So it takes a special guitar to handle drop C, where that low C note is projected the same as the E string, E note would be. And for a parlor guitar, like Robin's parlor guitar handles a low C. Mm-hmm. How the hell
did he do that? Yeah.
So that's why it's a great tuning. Also, there's a completely different set of stresses in low C. So your E string's down to a C, A is down to a G. The D string is up to a G. Is it? D, E, F, G. No.
The D string.
Think about this. Sorry, it's down to a It's down to a C. A is down to a G. E is down to a C.
You're taking so much tension off the neck all at once.
But here's the problem. B is up to a C.
Right.
I just added 5 pounds of pressure to this neck, right? Listen to that thing growl, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Look, ring.
Like this is an example of a guitar that can just it just eats low C like crazy because it's so well built.
Your setup and the quality of the neck and the build is really going to shine through
in that tuning. And a lot of open tunings expose the weakness of guitar builds, right? Mm-hmm. Even an open
or
G
the setup.
or D,
right.
So it's a good way to discern whether the guitar is braced and built correctly, and whether the action is right.
Yeah, you're unloading one side of the guitar
and pulling
and
up the
loading the high side of the guitar.
It turns the neck like that, right? Because you're pulling another 5 pounds on the B string and dropping everything right off on the other side. And boys, that can be bad.
Yeah,
certain guitar. Like I don't own any, but I have seen guitars that I've tuned to open C or things like that, and I actually heard the truss crack because it shifted. The neck so shifted much shift of the pressure, right? Yeah. But the magic part of it is looking for the sonic presentation of the guitar in that tuning. If it can pull that low C off, and make it growl and you have all the sustain.
That thing is amazing.
Yeah, this is a masterpiece of guitar building. I mean, you can go on the channel and see the review of this guitar. It's a DYM 60 HD Honduran by Yeri, built in Kani, Japan, and this guitar is absolutely supernatural. It's just one of those instruments that I have here that there's a pantheon of guitars in my collection. Bouchers, Yamahas. This is in there. This is along the line where Zeus and Apollo live, right?
It does not get the recognition that it deserves. I wish people could really hear that.
It's just like a grand piano. Yeah. I don't even have a pick. I'm just using my thumb. And this is the kind of... Listen to that.
Yeah.
This is the kind of construction that you look for in a dreadnought. That Bouchers have, that Gallagher's have, that this has, that the 56
is Yamaha sitting there growling, going.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like a plane. It's like a plane taking off, right? And I always love that analogy. When I hear the bottom end of a guitar, I need it to sound like a jet plane taking off, where you hit the note and the note goes out and in and out and in, and it moves. You can hear it oscillating, right?
Yeah.
And the guitar body
is chorusing to itself in the guitar.
It's actually moving air, right? So, it's a brilliant, good question. Great question. Great question.
Good question.
Car.
Okay. Next.
Super chat from Peter Dixon. Please stop breathing in the mic.
Next. Oh, Mom's getting upset. Goodbye.
A lot of breathing.
Peter Dixon.
Yes. Hi, JP, Chris, and Ginger. This one's for Chris. Does it matter what sort of glue you use when installing a K&K? I heard mention that it can't be too gummy. Cheers from down under.
Just use
Australia.
Down under.
Love you, brother.
Yeah.
It's tomorrow where he is. Or yesterday.
It's already tomorrow.
Yeah.
Down there.
One of those things.
Just use a gel. Don't use use a gel cyano, and make sure the bottom of the bridge plate's nice and clean. Make sure the element is clean, the piezo.
And what do you clean it with?
I use ketone. You can use alcohol. You can use acetone.
Do you use a Q-tip?
Yeah, I use a Q-tip.
Right.
And I clean them off, and then I put the glue right on it, cover it, because you want 100% coverage, but...
Do you spread the glue?
Well, you want 100% coverage on the face of it.
With just the tip of the bottle?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you don't need to overload it.
Right.
Because if you overload it, it's going everywhere, and you're going to be in another world of hurt 7 different ways.
Yeah.
But just make sure it's covered, get your jig, have all your positioning, get it in there, hold it up, and sit there and wait.
2 minutes, 3 minutes?
2 minutes. So you see me do it.
Chris's install of K&K is among the best I've ever seen. Every one that we've ever done is flawless.
Fail-safe.
Flawless.
Yeah.
And it matters. It matters from my side as a player. The installation of those sensors, they have to be completely connected to the bridge plate. There can be no air, no edges. It needs to be the whole thing, right? And when Chris installs K&Ks in my guitars, the end product that comes out of the amplifier is delicious.
Should be the same as the guitar.
Delicious.
Right?
Yeah.
But listen to the guitar, too.
Right.
There's the guidebook on where to put them, but listen to the guitar, and if the guitar is bottom heavy, and you're not going to want that plugged in, just tweak slightly.
Come towards center.
Yeah.
From the bass end.
come slightly away.
Yeah.
From the slot.
Right.
Yes. If
right.
If the guitar is a little bit dead in the top end, or if that's the way you want it to sound plugged in, come away, or get closer. So you can slightly affect that, and we've moved some around at some.
Always use a mirror.
Some point. Get in there with a light in the mirror, mock it up, do a couple trial runs, know where it's going to go, and then everything has to be nice and clean. Don't overload it. Use your jig. Get it in there. Get a hand in behind it. And set a timer and sit there and be patient.
Right. And the beautiful thing is that K&K pickups are the best. They are the best pickups in the world, in my opinion. And the reason they are is because they are very forgiving.
They're a passive with a major output, and there's so little to go wrong.
That's right.
We had one that had a bad jack.
Yes, and that was it. It was just a wiring problem.
Yeah,
like a bad.
It was a bad jack in the guitar.
So you can get surgical with them.
Yeah,
but even if you don't, it's still going to find somehow the magic of K&K always finds the best possible interpretation of your guitar.
You'd have to make a pretty big mess of it to have it go wrong.
That's right.
Yeah,
but we put one in this guitar.
Yeah,
and that was a joy to see inside this.
Well, especially because of the way the bridge pins are through the
exactly. Yeah. There's an ebony plate inside, and there's a separated. This is the damn it! I'm going to forget the name of this because I'm excited. The name of that bridge assembly. Damn it!
It's sunken and routed right in. Yeah.
Anyhow, yeah, but it was different. It was different to put them on this. We had to look inside, make sure it was going on.
Yeah.
But there's an ebony insert in the top, right?
Yeah.
And it's a very brilliant idea because it has no pressure on the saddle at all. There's nothing pulling the saddle forward. The top is what is holding the strings.
Well, what you think is the traditional bridge,
right, is
not really.
No, it's just basically it could be a decoration.
Yeah, it's just there to hold the saddle.
It's to hold the saddle.
Yeah, and there's no tension on it.
And the top is direct couples, what it's called. So the top is the pegs going right directly through the top, right into the bridge plate, which is deadly.
Yeah,
there's no connection between this and the inside of the guitar.
And this thing sounds magic plugged in.
It does. It's just unbelievable. Plugged in, it sounds like a friggin' Steinway on fire.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. So K&K, you just can't beat K&K. I'm sorry, you can't. There's no way to translate a guitar as good as they do.
Yeah.
Right.
The original question was what kind of glue, right, Ginger?
Uh-huh.
So I use specifically Tight Bond. Gel.
A gel.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's a crazy glue gel, basically.
Yeah. It's a cyanacrylate gel, but the brand is Tight Bond. They use it for woodworking here in Canada, and I get it at the woodworking store.
And we know it works.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And you want it to be fresh. Keep your glue in the fridge.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris. That was brilliant, man. Lots of great information there. So who's left?
Several.
Let's get them going.
Somebody wants to go watch a soap opera at 7:00.
I watch no goddamn soap opera.
What's your rush, sailor?
I'm not rushed. I just don't want to go.
You been out for a 6-month cruise?
Yes, I have.
You're right. It's Wednesday night.
My arse is all shriveled. Okay,
don't rush the process.
We have a super chat from Jasper North, our pilot buddy.
Mm-hmm.
JP, fan of stomp box use?
Stomp box.
Like those drum boxes? I think it's one of those drums you sit on, like you'd sit on.
That's a cajon.
Yeah. Are you thinking of a cajon or a stomp
box?
Like a for your foot?
Oh, a stomp box.
Yeah,
actually, I do love them. Yeah. I do. That bottom end.
Yeah.
I love them. Yeah. I would never use one because I haven't got the balance or the timing.
No.
With my feet.
Dave
my timing is all on my hands.
Dave could use it.
He doesn't need one.
No.
His whole foot comes through the mic stand, right? Next.
A super chat from Charlie.Bryant.
Oh, that's new. Charlie.Bryant. Thank you, Charlie. What do you got, buddy?
Now I want to hot rod my Yamaha FS800 tuners.
Absolutely. Do it, man. The 800 series of Yamaha, that's the highest echelon of the FG series, and they're deadly.
The tuners on that won't even be bad.
No. The tuners are great on that.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Super chat from Acoustic Guitar Canada.
Nice!
Hello.
Love you guys. I love Acoustic Guitar Canada. You're so good to me. Thank you very much for everything you do for us.
I'm about to buy a Boucher. I'd like to get a 000 12 fret, but because of the range of my voice, I often use a Capo. My concern is I may regret not getting a 14 fret.
Unless you'll never notice it.
No.
And Bouchers are notorious for not losing one bit of volume, projection, or tone with a capo on. It's like the capo doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So if you get a 12 fret guitar from them, unless you're capoing at the 7th and 8th fret,
7th, 8th, 9th fret, yeah.
Even that, I do that for some songs. You're never gonna notice those 2 frets missing.
No.
And the scale of the 12th fret causes the guitar to play so nicely and smoothly because it's a different scale. Mm-hmm. It feels softer to the touch and like all those things. That's why my signature model is a 12th fret with a cutaway. Mm-hmm. But that's because I play way over the body then, right? So yeah, you can't go wrong. Get the 12th fret. Mm-hmm. You won't be sorry. It doesn't matter where you're capoing unless you're up at the friggin' 11th, 12th fret. You're never going to
Unless you're playing in Dave Gunning covers.
Yeah.
You're going to be
unless you're playing every song that Dave has ever written where the capo's somewheres around right there.
Yeah.
If you're capoing right here and playing Dave Gunning songs...
then nothing's going to help you.
That's right. Just forget it.
Love you, Dave.
Buy a bucket and go to work at a mop holder. Okay, next.
Harsh today. Super Chat from Jasper North.
Jasper North.
Hey, Jasper.
Fingerpicking. Keep your thumb in front of fingers.
That's an interesting question.
I feel like your thumb is like right on top of
you have to, yeah, like, if you... Where's my thumb pick? My thumb pick, unfortunately, is over there.
There's probably one
over
of
there.
that jar of picks.
No, it's over on the chair on top of the piano, Chris. Right on the keys. So, if you thumb pick traditionally the way that Chet did, your hand is going to look like this. So, if I look at my hand from the top, right, the thumb is basically right over the index finger. And what I'm doing right now is I'm taking these 3 fingers, right, and I'm putting them on the G, B, and E strings, and I'm laying my hand down where it sits normally, and the thumb comes down naturally right there. So it's like you're making a fist, and you're opening it slightly. So you don't want to be like this. I see why he's asking this question, because if you play in a classical way, the fingers get behind the thumb because the arm's coming down at a different angle. So this happens a lot in classical, and in thumb picking style, they're pretty well lined up. Thumb is lined up with index. The thumb and fingers are just about on top of each other.
Thumb is over the index, though.
Maybe a little bit ahead.
The thumb is a little bit ahead, but not much. Not as much as it would be like this when you're playing a classical style. You just want to relax the hand and let the fingers do their work. And they're hitting the strings at an angle, at almost a 45-degree angle like this, and the thumb is coming straight down. See how my hand is sitting. So the fingers are just naturally just kind of sitting where they land. And the thumb, when I look from the top, it's 1/4 of an inch ahead of the index finger. That's how it works.
Don't put down. Don't put down. I have a question.
All right.
Can you talk to people about tempering the B in your tuning? Because we talked about this yesterday,
right?
And I think that would be a really interesting, valuable bit of information for people.
Okay. Well, as a guitar player, I'm not even completely sure myself what the science is behind tempering. But I can tell you this much. So, when you tune a guitar with a tuner, because the guitar is tuned in fourths, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. But, so every string has a fourth interval. E, A, D, G.
Right.
All fourths. That's great. That's fine. But the interval between the G and the B is
not
a third.
Right.
So it tunes that B to a perfect B. And then the B and E is back to fourth again, right? So what happens is, if you trust the tuner will always tune this B string sharp. Even though it's sitting at 440, the audio, the oral sensation of that is incorrect. Right. So that B string right now is sharp.
Right. Yeah.
It's it's a perfect B.
Yeah. But it's sharp.
And you tell it's sharp because the D note is sharp. So you have to temper the B flat. There it is.
And you can hear it.
And there it's in tune.
Yeah.
But if I was to put a tuner on that B string now,
it's flat.
It'd be 2% flat.
2 cents. Yeah.
So there's perfect in tune.
It's the mathematics.
Listen to E.
Yeah.
B is slightly flat. But you learn to live with that.
Right.
I just split the difference there, right?
Yeah.
It's still
sure.
It's damn so near perfect,
yeah,
right?
But it's a little flat.
And that's what's called tempering. Every single guitar, must be tempered. So you can't, if you tune your guitar with an electronic tuner and you start playing it, you are going to sound like an out-of-tune arsehole.
Right.
Because your B string is going to be sharp, and every time you play a D chord, there's going to be this honking, ugly note in it. Every time you play a G with an added D, it's going to be a honking, your C is going to be sharp.
Right.
All those things, right? So after you've tuned, make sure that this open D is exactly the same as the B string at the 3rd fret.
Right. And that will temper your tuning.
And then make sure that open G is the same as the E string at the 3rd fret.
Yeah.
It should be a perfect fifths, right? Yeah. So that makes the C perfect, right? The E, that's virtually perfect, and that's because this guitar is built like a brick shithouse.
Yeah.
Most guitars, all Bouchers are a different beast altogether.
Yeah.
They temper about 1% flat on the B and 1% sharp on the E. Every single Boucher, right? It is because of the neck joint. The way he designs the neck, that's the temperament of the tuning. So you have to know your guitar. You got to know your guitar, pay attention to it. use your ears when you're tuning. If you can't do that, tune the B string while you're fretting it at the 3rd fret to D, right?
Yeah.
That'll make it perfect.
As a guy who's handed people thousands of guitars on stage as a guitar tech.
Mr. Tech.
And I used on a stage doing that, I'd use a strobo tuner, like a real moving strobe tuner.
Oh yeah,
not an electronic tuner.
Right.
Until you learn that, and it's the math of the way the instrument is built.
That's right.
You're always handing somebody an out-of-tune guitar,
exactly,
and they're standing there giving you a shit eye,
yeah,
because they got
stink eye.
It's not tempered.
Fuck, my D chord's out of tune.
Yeah, and yesterday we were watching a YouTube video together, and it was totally out of tune because the guitar wasn't tempered.
Yeah, because the guy that was playing didn't pay attention, right? Mm-hmm. And people trust those goddamn electronic tuners so much they don't realize that you have to use your ears. Use your ears.
Yeah.
You're playing a guitar, you're playing an instrument, a device that is dependent on the production of sound going from the front of it into people's fucking ears.
Yeah.
Use your own ears to tune your guitar and make sure that you're in tune.
Yeah.
And then once you have that done, you would be surprised how much confidence and how much everything you're doing sounds better, which builds the confidence, which builds the desire to practice more, which builds all those things, right? So you've got to be diligent when you're tuning. Yeah. Don't trust tuners; they're wrong on one of those strings.
On one, because of the mathematics.
That's right,
and that's why we have compensated saddles.
That's right.
Is to correct that little bit of that one little spot in the math that did not work out in the construction of a guitar.
Exactly. Every single guitar has it.
Yeah. And really great guitars have multiple compensations on the saddle.
Yep. Depending on the outcome of the neck joint.
Of the neck joint.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah. The better the builder, the better your tuning will be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What else we got?
Super chat from
Great
Dan
question.
Tube 1.
Great question.
From what?
Dan Tube 1.
Dan Tube.
Acoustic Guitar Canada, my sincere thanks to Bill Kerrigan of Acoustic Guitar Canada for his excellent 6-part YouTube interview of Robin Boucher. Inspired viewing for all Boucher fans.
Yeah.
I saw some of that. It was incredible. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Super chat from Larry Reindress.
Larry Reindress, the local Larry.
Local Larry.
What guitar would you never part with?
Well, any of my Bouchers, and any of my Gallaghers, and any of my Yamahas, really.
And any of your Alvarez's.
Yeah. And any of my Alvarez, there's these guitars. I just, there's no way. Yeah. There's no way I could part with them.
Lots of them, Larry.
There's a lot of them. They're just, I can't play them all simultaneously, but I still enjoy the fact that I can, if I want a certain body size, a certain style, a certain sound, I know the color and behavior of every one of these guitars, and I choose, like for instance, I'm going to play with Dave Saturday night, and I chose Boo Boo.
I'm sorry,
right? Yeah. I chose Boo Boo to go on this trip Saturday night. My herringbone sunburst dreadnought Boucher. I've had her for years. It's just one of those guitars that I know when I pick it up and I go on the stage, I know exactly what it's going to do. And it's used to me. It's like it speaks to me. The same way that this guitar does, and the same way that some of the Yamahas and the new Gallagher, like both of my Gallaghers, they have a voice. Each guitar has a very distinct. There's no way to replace any of them because they have such a distinct. It's almost like another language.
They're different tools for different jobs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's no way you couldn't single any of these things out really.
Good question, Larry.
Yep. Next.
We got a highlighted chat from Matt Manning.
That's a new one.
He's been a master guitar head for 5 months.
What? Oh, there we go.
Why does Matt ever ask any questions?
Matt. Boy, Matt.
Matt, you need to speak up, boy. I says, speak up, boy. Your lips is flapping, but there's nothing coming out.
I see, boy. What was that line about?
What is that you say?
Oh, you need to learn to shut your mouth, boy. When I was a child, I was so quiet I nearly starved to death. Wouldn't tell nobody I was hungry. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Right then. He says the direct couple bridge is awesome.
It's an amazing piece of technology.
Yeah.
Invented by I think Kazuo's father actually invented the direct couple bridge, and it's the only guitar in the world that utilizes that technology.
That is so much guitar for the money.
Oh, I guess it is. Holy
Killer.
Crit, man, just under $3,000, right?
Yeah.
And you would be hard pressed to beat that guitar.
You can't.
It's just incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. Okay, next. Anybody left?
Yep. Super chat from Jasper North.
Jasper North.
Best guitar maintenance / wax, Dr. Duck's Axe Wax.
Axe wax.
Okay, so do not use product on your guitar. Period. Ever. End of story.
Not even on your fretboard?
Never. The only thing, your fretboard's a different situation, but the body of the guitar, you need to get a nice microfiber cloth and you wipe the body off, and that's it. And every 4 or 5 years, you take some nice lemon oil on a cloth and you just do your fretboard in lemon oil, and that's it. You do not use product on the finish of a guitar. Sorry.
The only time you're going to use a product is to get all the gack off it that's collected
if
there.
If there's gack.
Yeah.
But a microfiber cloth will take that off.
It won't take heavy...
There's that little cleaning kit that you had.
Well, if you're going to do that, then you don't use a wax. You would use a guitar cleaner.
A polish.
A product.
To cut the surface a
yes,
little. Yeah.
But not in great amounts.
No.
You got to be really sparing.
Yeah.
You don't want to, because that shit builds up over years if you keep using it, and a guitar needs a patina.
Yeah.
A guitar needs a patina. It even affects the sound of a guitar. When you see a really old guitar and it has the old stains and the sweat stains in the top, and there's a little checking in the finish and all these things, this is a natural process of a guitar. You can't keep a guitar looking pristine showroom for 40 years. That's not what it's meant to be.
The fretboard is far more important to keep conditioned.
Yes.
And like you say, lemon oil.
Lemon oil is tremendously good for it. Lemon oil.
Hawes lemon
linseed.
Linseed. I'd cut the linseed though.
Yes.
It's too heavy alone. You need to thin it a little bit.
Yep.
But the Hawes lemon oil is great. And drench that fretboard.
Get her hydrated.
Yep.
Joe says not turtle wax?
It'll keep coming out, too.
Yeah.
When you oil a fretboard well, but not over oil, but when you get it nice and it's just so pretty and it's glowing,
I clean
that oil will come out for weeks and months.
I clean it and get all the finger goop and gack and dirt off first and open up the pores.
Yep.
And then drench it.
Some people...
And get it conditioned with that oil, and then it'll take a while to polish it all down.
If you're brave, really brave, you can take a razor blade to a fingerboard and just gently scrape all the gack off it. And I've seen that done, but very gently, just barely.
I won't tell you what I use. You know what I use.
Yeah, I know what you use. But you can clean the fretboard. Yeah. If it has gack, clean it with a cleaner first and then oil it.
You're a very clean player.
I am.
But there are a lot of players that have the
terrible
oil.
Gack.
Yeah, the oil in their skin is caustic, and there's dirt and dust in different conditions, and you've got to get that stuff off there.
Oh yeah, it'll eat a hole right in your damn guitar.
Yeah,
it'll create finger divots. Because it weakens the surface of the wood fiber, right?
The acid.
Eats the wood fiber. So if you start to get divots in your that's why.
Yeah.
Because
you're pressing too hard.
No, it's your gack and your nails, and they're breaking the surface of the wood, and they're infecting it with all the dirt, right?
Yeah, that's a great.
What would you cut the oil with? The linseed oil. Water.
No, I'd cut it with probably some alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But lemon oil, safest thing in the world.
Beautiful. Yeah, Hawes lemon oil
loves anything.
Buy it at the grocery store.
That furniture loves, a guitar loves.
Except for Pledge.
You don't use that kind of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But organic material, not man-made shit.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Let's get the last of them in there.
The last one is from Stephen Baker.
Stephen Baker.
Sudsy.
Thanks for an amazing show. He's so nice today.
Yeah, what happened?
This makes my week, and I'm full of love for all of you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you next week.
Do you know what? Baker. I think his period's reversed. Every 28 days, he's nice for 4 days.
Here's the question, boys and girls.
He's lovely.
The question is, who was Tom Bresch's father?
Oh, good one.
Mm-hmm.
Who was Tom Bresch's father?
Good one. Do you think Sudsy's in his pool of tepid filth?
While we're waiting, I'll play a tune.
A tune?
Written by Tom Bresch's father.
There you go. Never played that before, son.
Have somebody by now.
Yeah, yes.
All right, who's first?
Let's see here. The first one is Jim Hanlon.
Ooh, Jimmy.
With Merle Travis.
Jimmy is right. He's number 19. You don't need to send us shit, Jim. We know who you are.
We know where you live.
Who's number 20?
Joe McGraw, is he in already?
He's not.
No, he's not. Joe McGraw, you're number 20.
He got his birth date, his mother, his father, the city he was born.
Quick Draw McGraw.
He had it ready.
We are super proud to be back with you
on
Strang Theory. And what are you going to do? It's just a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Patrick Lundgren and our newest partners on the channel, Blue Chip Picks. They are no doubt world famous. And a special thanks to Patrick. My good brother, Chris Coote. You were great this week. You had some great answers. That was some very valuable material.
I'm glad you're enjoying me right now.
I am enjoying you right now. I find myself enjoying you more and more each week.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, big fella.
Yeah,
Just weird.
And the lovely Ginger.
The lovely and talented Ginger.
The lovely and talented Ginger.
Our Vanna Ginger.
Vanna Ginger. Ginger White over there.
Ginger White.
She's just flipping them letters around like a mad bastard.
Yeah.
And,
Bastet.
Bastet.
Like a redheaded stepchild.
Oh, yeah. She certainly is redheaded.
I'm going to get slapped.
Oh, yeah. Well, you and me both.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Take care, everybody.
Love you guys. See you next Wednesday. That was a good night.
Damn
good.